Welcome to Topics, your daily news about China. I'm Shariot. On 23rd of September, Israel launched an airstrike in Lebanon, resulting in around 1,500 injuries and 500 deaths, including the leader of Hezbollah. Following the attack, many Chinese living in southern Lebanon reported on social media that during the attack, the Google Maps was closed, with their location mistakenly showing them in Jordan, leaving them unable to find their way to bomb shelters. Fortunately, kind Lebanese locals helped them. According to Chinese private media Guancha, a Google engineer revealed that these problems are mostly caused by the GPS interference. The GPS interference refers to electronic warfare tactics that disrupt satellite signals, making electronic navigation devices malfunction or reducing their accuracy. Chinese military analyst Wang Shiyi believes that Israel likely disrupted all satellite signals in Beirut to prevent the leader of Hezbollah from receiving any warning via satellite communication. This, he argues, was again an indiscriminate attack by the Israeli military on Lebanon's civilian mobile phones. Over the past year, Lebanon has been experiencing GPS interference more frequently. This has caused severe disruptions to Lebanon's transportation. The most critical impact has been on civilian airliners, where airports sometimes misrepresented as mountains and vice versa, posing serious risks to passenger safety. According to the Times of Israel, this issue is not limited to the Lebanese. Even Israeli citizens have faced similar threats. In April, after an Israeli airstrike on Iranian embassy in Syria, residents in central Israel reported widespread disruptions to Google Maps. Some drivers in Tel Aviv found that their location displayed as Beirut. The IDF spokesperson later admitted that they had interfered with the GPS signals in certain areas, claiming it was a defensive measure to counter Iran's missiles and drones. In March, the Lebanese Ministry of Foreign Affairs filed multiple complaints with the United Nations and the International Telecommunication Union. However, Israel disregarded these complaints, offering no real excuses and dismissing them under the pretext of strengthening defense and eliminating threats. The GPS network built by the US government has generated $1.4 trillion since it became available in the 1980s. It is one of the most valuable national assets funded by American taxpayers. Yet, when Israel openly interferes with the GPS satellites, the US government pretends not to be noticed. Many Chinese people are not surprised by the US government's stance, because they remember that in 1993, the US falsely claimed that China was shipping chemical weapons to Iran and intercepted the Chinese merchant vessel Yinghe in the open waters of the Indian Ocean. To prevent Chinese companies from supplying the ship or getting it back home, the US blocked the entire area's GPS signals. For 33 days, the 38 Chinese crews lacked fuel, food, and even fresh water, and they didn't even receive any apology from the US until now. The Yinghe incident deeply wounded the Chinese people. To ensure that every Chinese sailor could return home safely, China vowed to build its own satellite network. In 2000, China launched the first satellite of its Beidou navigation system. Since then, the US has lost interest in intercepting any Chinese vessels. Israel's long-standing interference with GPS systems across the Middle East reflects two things. First, Israel is bullying the Arab world based on the US technological support. And second, Israel is very afraid of missiles. Netanyahu believes that as long as he turns off the GPS, he will be safe. However, he is gravely mistaken. In 1987, Saudi Arabia purchased 17 DF-3 missiles from China. These missiles had been in service in Chinese army since 1971, 7 years before the first GPS satellite was launched, allowing them to operate without any satellite navigation. These missiles can carry a 2,000-kilogram warhead and strike to 2,500 kilometers away. On the 28th of September, at the United Nations, Saudi Arabia warned of dangerous consequences from Israel's ongoing military escalation in Lebanon and called for an immediate ceasefire. Although the DF-3 missiles are now 53 years old, China didn't fully retire them until 2014. This is because the terminal flight speed of the DF-3 can reach Mach 10, which remains lethal to most countries in the world. For example, for Israel's Iron Dome defense system, it's intercepted missiles with a maximum speed for only Mach 2.2. Moreover, Israel's reckless interference with GPS signals, combined with the US government's inaction, will ultimately lead more commercial airliners to opt for alternative satellite navigation systems to ensure their passenger safety. This would cause the US government to lose a significant amount of foreign exchange. The Arab world is an important part of human civilization, with tremendous potential in energy, finance, and military capabilities. In 2013, China and Saudi Arabia signed a memorandum of space science and technology. By December of the same year, Saudi Arabia had successfully launched 2 satellites for Earth observation. In June 2023, China completed its first overseas space aid project in Egypt, which means Egypt also got the capability to develop satellites. As more Arab nations collaborate with China, the days when 1 or 2 major powers dominated space are gone. Unfortunately, on Saturday, Israel launched another airstrike on Lebanon, resulting in 33 deaths and 195 injuries. In response, Chinese strategist Professor Wang Xiangcui commented that human society has only been civilized for just a few thousand years, and each civilization has faced different challenges and developed unique solutions. In the years to come, human society will likely face more new challenges. At that point, the experience and solutions of each civilization will offer the world better options. Some nations, however, are thinking only for destroying another country or even another civilization. Suppose this trend continues, either Israel or all humanity will eventually be left with only a few limited options. In the future, as humanity faces countless problems arising from infinite possibilities, such a lack of diversity could be deadly. China has always believed that only by maintaining the coexistence of Jewish and Arab civilizations, and ensuring that the diversity of global civilizations, can humanity have a bright future.